Welcome to your energy update with the angels. I'm Devon, Duerr, angel intuitive and spiritual teacher. The overall energy right now is bringing in new documents or important contracts that you're going to want to pay very close attention to. The angels see the way you have recently been feeling challenged to find a new home or fall in love with life again. Let's dive deeper into these messages. First of all, know that this is a new beginning for you. So whatever these new contracts are that are coming in, or even new documents that you are being brought to your awareness, there are things in there that are going to bring significant change to your life. But it is important that we are grounding ourselves and really checking in with our intuition before we're signing on the dotted line. Now, a lot of times when the angels talk about important documents or contracts, it's not always necessarily paper. A contract could also be something like a marriage. It's a contract to love each other for long term. There's other types of contracts we make with partnerships where we agree to be there for someone. So you will know what this is for you. In fact, the first thing that came to mind when you heard that, I would definitely write that down in your journal. I often say that I find one of the most powerful tools for deepening your trust in your connection with the angels is to write down your experiences, give your future self that gift of hindsight, because a lot of times our mind will jump in and try to chime in when our intuition already told us what the right answer was. And of course, a lot of times we're going to get the answer from our heart first, and that really is ultimately where we want to listen to. But sometimes our mind will chime in and say, last time you signed that contract with somebody, it didn't work out in your favor, and fear can begin to rise. But we are being reminded that part of the challenge that we've been facing with trying to find a new home, and this could be physically, maybe some of you out there are actually looking for a new home, but for a lot of us, it's a spiritual home, finding where we feel we belong within our spiritual practice, within other people, groups of people who practice spirituality similar to the way you do. Maybe you're somebody that's always been in a very traditional viewpoint of spirituality and you're opening up to new ways of being on the path of enlightenment, and you're finding that you don't feel you belong anymore in that old organization. They see the way you feel challenged by that, and actually how it's maybe even affected your attitude towards life, and that you might have felt challenged to, feel excited about the future. But the angels are here to encourage you and help you trust that things are working out in your favor, but you've got to keep your eyes open for this new opportunity coming through the door. So make sure you're aware, you're listening to your intuition, you're asking your spiritual team for loud and clear signs. In fact, that's a really great reminder there that I like to offer is you do need to ask for loud and clear signs. And if you don't know if a sign is for you or you're not sure what it means, ask for clarification. So I want to offer a pocket affirmation for you right now, if you feel called to write in the comments below this video to affirm it, that I easily recognize the signs that are meant for me. Or you could shorten it even more than that. I easily recognize signs for my spiritual team. I easily recognize signs for my spiritual team. There, we shortened it a little bit more to fit in your pocket, right? Sometimes you have bigger pockets. You can put more in there, right? All right, so let's go back to the guidance here, but I do really encourage you to affirm that. Remember, with the affirmations, we want to say it as if it's already happening. We want to really tap into the feeling behind it. And sometimes you won't feel it right away. So keep practicing, keep asking for those signs. But that's why I always remind you to track any experience you get, even if you don't know what it means, because when you come back with hindsight, you'll have that aha moment. Oh, this is what they were trying to tell me, or oh, yes, that sign was for me. I'll share another quick little side story here. I've had times where my heart and my gut told me the answer was a yes, but my mind chimed in so quickly that I thought I was getting a no for something that I needed to do. So I even wrote in my journal, well, I guess I'm getting a no for this, so I won't. And then I paused and I thought, you know what? Please send me a loud and clear sign if I am right that the answer is no. Within minutes, I got a loud and clear sign. I still wasn't sure. I waited a little longer. I got another loud and clear sign, and the answer was actually yes. And then when I said, oh, my mind told me no because of limiting beliefs from my past, my heart took off and I got another loud and clear sign. So it's okay to not know when the sign comes through right away. In fact, I even encourage you not to overanalyze. That's why I always remind you, you can pick any of the angel messages here on my channel at Devon Duerr to listen to anytime you want, because the angels are so efficient. They know which one you're going to feel called to click on, and there will be messages there for you, and that can help you clarify things. And of course, come back and listen to this video as many times as you want. I often do that myself. I'll go back and listen to my videos and just listen where I'm doing something around the house. And all of a sudden I'll realize, ooh, there's that message right there that I needed to hear right now that's affirming something that was going on for me earlier. All right, I did say we're going to get deeper back into this guidance, and then we went off on that tangent there. But I do hope that's helpful, because I know we're all on this journey together, and I know it's really easy to second guess ourselves, but that's why we're all here doing this together. All ships rise with the tide. All right, so going back deeper into this guidance, they want you to know that good news is on its way. You are going to be receiving some sort of recognition or award for the hard work you've been doing. So if you are feeling challenged to fall in love with a new adventure you're on, like I said, looking for a new group of people to join, looking for a new way to work on your spirituality, maybe looking for a new place to live. If you're feeling challenged by that, remain positive that good stuff is coming in for you. And sometimes we will get an option put in front of us that isn't the right option, just to get us thinking outside the box. And that's one of the things that I think people get hooked up on. It's like, well, I asked for a loud and clear sign. All of a sudden, somebody calls me up, tells me about this, new house that's for sale down the road. I thought it was for me. I get there and I find out there's already 4 contracts on it, and I lost the contract on it. So I guess I wasn't meant to have that house. I misunderstood the sign. Yeah, but then you realize, oh, you'd never even considered moving to that part of town. And as you're driving home from finding out that that house was already under contract, you see another house that's even better for you in a better location in a community with the spiritual people you want to work with. So that's a very good example. And I've heard many examples of that from clients of mine. So please trust that. I'm not just pulling that example from nowhere. I have so many people come to me and say, first, I went to the option that I thought was for me. It turned out not to be for me, but if I hadn't investigated it, if I hadn't stayed open-minded and open-hearted about it, I would have never found this other opportunity. The same goes for romantic relationships, where maybe you thought you didn't, you moved to the new location that you didn't think you were going to move to, and then that's where you meet your soulmate. Speaking of soulmates, the angels want to commend you for how recently you've been working to bring better health to relationships. So what relationship came to your mind right away as soon as you heard me say better health to your relationships? Was it a romantic relationship with a spouse or a loved one? Was it a relationship with a child or a parent or a boss or a friend? Whatever this is, you know what that is for you. It's definitely a more intimate one, so unlikely a boss I'm getting for most of us listening here, but maybe you are very close with a boss or somebody you work with, so it could be for you. But they want you to really feel good about the work you're putting into bringing more health to that. Maybe you chose to get some third-party advice, seek some counseling. Maybe you chose to take a break with this person and then bring back the romance into the relationship, or you took a vacation with them and you really had the opportunity to have the heart-to-heart conversations you needed. So whatever this is for you, but they are applauding you because this is bringing so much more opportunity in for you. In fact, one of the things they're saying is it's going to actually help you with these new opportunities coming in for contracts. Excuse me there. I get so excited with my hands. I start talking with my hands and I hit the microphone. But they want you to know that as long as you continue to speak your mind with confidence and you continue to seek that third-party advice, that professional advice that's helping you bring balance to your emotional needs and your, financial needs, your mental needs, all those things, you're going to continue to have this good health with your relationship. And this is a great point to pause and remind you that the angels always want you to have balance in these 3 areas of your life: your career or your finances, your health or your fitness, and your relationships. That's romantic, family, friends, boss, whatever, relationship to work. So they want you to know that when you bring better health to these relationships, that might be, maybe it is a relationship with a child or relationship with a spouse that you're bringing better health to. This is also bringing abundance to your health and fitness and to your career and finance. So that's just a great little opportunity there for me to remind you about that. It's never a wasted time to bring better health to those 3 areas of your life, even if it's really easy to say, I've got way too much work to do. I do not have time to start having counseling with my child every 3 weeks or every 2 weeks or whatever. Or I do not have time to start working with my boss on that new project because I'm already neglecting many things with my workouts and my health. But pause, have those heart-to-heart conversations. Make sure you are really standing your ground and speaking your mind with confidence, but in a compassionate and loving way. And of course, in a positive, non-critical way, right? So one of the things they need you to know that you have so much personal power with is when you really trust your intuition and then you use self-discipline and willpower to keep moving. It's one thing to get an enormous intuitive download or hit, that epiphany aha moment, and then do nothing with it. And it's a totally different thing to get that aha moment and start putting it into action. Now, that's where the fear will come in. For most of us here listening, you are a light worker, and I will tell you, it's usually a fear of success, not a fear of failure. So check in if you are actually holding yourself back from taking action on intuitive hits or ideas because you do have a fear of success and how it will affect your relationship, your career, or your health. So remember that a lot of times our mind is going to say, I can't do all of that, but that's because your mind hasn't had that experience before. Your brain has nothing to compare it to, or it's comparing to past failure. So like I said, it's not always fear of failure, it's fear of success. Fear of success that this time you're going to do it differently, and it's going to be so amazing that you're not going to know what to do with all the new abundance coming in. But trust that you are being divinely guided. You have your spiritual team with you, and the angels are not going to give you more than you can handle. We do have to ask though. Now take a look at those around you. Who around you is a great team player? Who is willing to use the power of creativity and high quality work to work with you on your goals? It's going to be really important that you are bringing these people into your life. Not just with intimate relationships, but all relationships. And if you have someone in your life that is not supporting your goals, is not recognizing that you're a team player, then you need to pause and really look closely at that relationship. That's why they said at the very beginning, we're going to have new contracts coming in, new opportunities. We want to slow down and be really careful with that. So maybe the simple example is you assumed you were going to use the realtor you've always used to look for a new house, but you're realizing that that realtor doesn't really listen to you and understand your needs for where you're going with your life or understand what you're saying. So maybe you're willing to look for a different realtor. Now, I don't know why that example came from me. Maybe some of you do have a relationship like that, but it could be anything where it's not necessarily a negative thing, but that person just is not understanding you and not hearing you when you're really speaking your mind and trying to explain what it is that you need. So not just with your home and family, but work and other creative projects. You know what that is for you. Some of you just had something come into your mind. I'm being told to say, what were you just thinking about? Because there's something more there that they want you to pay attention to. They're actually saying that the energy is getting ready to speed up quite a bit with things you are working on. So again, these new contracts or documents that are coming through the door are going to bring things moving at a faster pace. And you might find there are a few things coming up that are a little bit challenging. And the challenge is that you don't know which is the better option. Both options seem great, or there's 4 or 5 options and you don't know how to narrow it down. Well, the guidance here is to take time to really carefully review all these options. This is a great time to have that reminder that you're allowed to sleep on things. That's okay. We never want to approach things in an overly excited energy. We want to make sure we're grounding our energy before we move forward, because otherwise this is where we can make the wrong decision and we think we're listening to what our heart wants and our intuition is telling us, but it's really our mind chiming in, like the example I gave you before. But they are saying when you slow down and you really check in with your heart, what does your heart really want? It's going to make it so much easier to narrow down to the choices that are best for you to find the most creative solutions. There is significant change coming for you, and it will be for the positive if you are following what your heart wants and you're letting go of limiting beliefs. So I'll give you a very good example of this. Maybe you were raised in a family that absolutely refused to spend money on a nice hotel. They always found the cheapest version. They went online, whatever. They stayed with a friend. But you've learned that in order for you to be in your creative space, you need time alone. You need to feel like things are nice and safe. You need to feel clean. And you're realizing, I'm going to have to go ahead and spend the money on the nice hotel if I'm going to get this work project done, or if I'm going to be able to collaborate fully with this new team I'm working with. And by choosing that higher vibration that I'm going to protect myself and protect what my heart needs, you are bringing in this significant change and you're letting go of those limiting beliefs. And we really want to hold that feeling there. So I want you to think of this next affirmation. And of course, you can always customize these, but I'd like you to affirm this guidance that you're going to stay listening to your heart by saying that I easily listen to my heart. I was going to say I easily hear my heart, but listen felt better right in the moment. So I easily listen to my heart and follow my heart's wishes. If you want to add that in on the end there. A lot of times these affirmations come in so fast, I have to slow myself down. As you hear, I start talking faster and faster. And so when I heard that again, I think I easily listen to my heart and follow my heart's wishes would be a phenomenal thing to write in the comments below this video to affirm that. So I really encourage you to listen to all that. Speaking of opportunities coming in, for those of you who don't know, I am going to be part of an amazing conference with Serious Joy and some other amazing light workers in May. It's going to be May 18th and 19th. I really hope you will be there. I will have all the details below. The website's not fully completed yet, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that it is coming up in Austin, Texas, May 18th and 19th, 2024. And I will have the details in the link below if you want to find out all the amazing things. I'm going to be there with all my Serious Joy colleagues, Christopher Witecki, Robbie Hunt, Kristen Ryder, Heather Exposito, and many more. Joe Zammit. We have a huge team of amazing people there. Did I leave anybody out? I feel like I did. But we're all going to be working together there, and we're going to be bringing in some other amazing light workers, and it's called Unite the Light. In fact, the website will be unitethelight.love. So maybe it is active at the time you're hearing this video, but I will make sure I have everything in the comment section below. All right, back to one final piece of guidance that they have for you as we are bringing in all this energy. Things are getting ready to start moving at such a fast pace. They want you to know that any significant life events that come up at this time are meant to bring powerful, uplifting change for all of us as a collective. So if you are seeing these really big headlines coming on that feel very jarring, they feel upsetting, they feel too much change at once, or just bringing up grief, they want you to try to step back into your spiritual self, take quiet time alone, and really check in with your vibration and trust that you're on the right path. And if you're seeing these big things happening on the wide world stage, it is bringing that powerful change, and it's ultimately going to be better for you and the entire world. That's what we're all here doing as light workers. You are highly intuitive. That's why you are here. You were born with amazing gifts, and I'm so grateful you are here. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.